and sit down.
Oh, hello and welcome to a North Wales side-by-side video. Have you ever wondered what would happen if the throttle on your car decided it was going to jam on whilst you're driving and you're in what they call a runaway situation, where upon releasing the throttle your speed doesn't decrease? It was a fault many years ago with the Prius, which the throttle would jam. You'd be driving along at 70 miles an hour, take your foot off the throttle to slow down, and the throttle wouldn't release. What do you do in that scenario? Do you know how to turn the car off so you can find out what the root cause is of that throttle jamming open? With the Prius, it wasn't the car's fault, it was the floor mats. It can't technically happen anymore with the system we've got with the floor mats, because nowadays Toyota actually secure the floor mats with the clips, so the floor mat can't move forward. But imagine just having a floor mat in the car. Say you've put another one on top of this floor mat. When I can get it off. And your floor mat sort of rumpled its way up like that, and it's all curled up, and it's got trapped underneath the throttle pedal like now. That could hold your throttle open. How do you turn the car off? It's quite simple if you've got a car with an ignition key. You turn the key one click back so as you don't activate the steering lock. That'll turn the car off. But what do you do if you've got a car like mine with a push button start? I'm going to show you two ways now how to disable the car if your throttle pedal ever gets jammed up. So I'm going to go find a quiet road and I'm going to set the scenario up of having a jammed throttle, and I'm going to show you two different ways to do it in this particular car. So let's go find a quiet road and I will show you what to do. I'm now on a quiet road. Imagine my throttle has now jammed open. The first method is put your foot on the brake. That'll slow you down. But as you see, we're doing 29 miles an hour. Can you see all the messages that have just come up? What the car did there is something very clever. Toyota have thought about this problem. Let's do it again. 30 miles an hour. The car's come to a halt. Yeah, I've still got my foot fully on that throttle, but I've also got my foot on the brake. And it's telling me accelerator and brake pedals are pressed simultaneously. What they've done in the computer programming is very clever. The moment you stand on that brake pedal, the computer now ignores the signals from the throttle pedal, disables the throttle, and allows you to bring the car to a safe, controlled stop. We'll do it again. We'll go a bit faster this time, 40 miles an hour. I've still got my foot on the throttle. I can show you my foot's on the throttle. My foot's on the brake to stop. If I release the throttle, I can now drive away. One more example. 40 miles an hour, touch the brake, throttle's disengaged, car comes to a halt. That's your first method. Now then, let's do 30 miles an hour, and you're in that situation with a runaway car and you're in a push button start car. What I'm going to do next, and I can't do it just yet because there's a car coming up the road. There we go, car's gone. What I'm going to do now, I need a straight piece of road. My foot's on the throttle. 1, 2, 3. I pushed the start button 3 times simultaneously, very, very quickly. And you can probably see now all the messages that have just popped up on the dashboard. That disabled the throttle, turned the car off, and has let me now come to a complete stop. The car will now tell you how to turn itself back on. It's asking me to turn the power off. Disable the car. Now you need to sort out whatever's jammed that throttle on. Chances are it's a floor mat that's rolled up. Sort your problem out and go through your normal start procedure. And the car will start up as if nothing happened. Car's now booting back up. I can put it back into gear. I've taken the floor mat that's now jammed the throttle up, and the car will now resume normal operation. So that's 2 ways to disable a runaway car. Turn the ignition key off is one if you've got a key car. Stand on the brake, that will allow you to come up to a halt, or push the power button 3 times. Them are the options you've got to kill this car in a runaway situation. I just thought I'd share them with you because they're quite important things to know if you ever get into that situation. It's not in the handbook, but Toyota thought about all these little scenarios and they've given you options to stop the car. Anyhow, once again, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've gleaned some information and you're going to remember how to do that if it ever happens to you. Please consider liking the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and thank you very much for watching.